What's up, guys? Good morning to everyone who's here, the replays, the live watchers, and everyone else around the world. I am your boy, Sauce, also known as TST, and this is another episode. Actually, this is episode number 2 of Coffee and Charts. We are currently on the charts right now. I will be sharing my screen soon. But today we have a guest, amazing guest, dope guest. He's been trading for quite a while. Him and I met when we were in Dubai. And we've been in the Urumi course, of course, together. And he has had prop firms pass. He has done countless amount of my bad, got a little distracted looking into this. But yes, our guest has done a lot of work in the charts. He's very good at what he does. He understands the market. And today we get a chance to get a look at his perspective, get a little nice dialogue, keep it entertaining for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and share the link with him. He should be joining our call soon. And make sure you guys drop your comments, drop your likes, drop your follows in the section in the comments as well. I will be asking you guys some questions for engagement so we can review the comments later on and keep on improving for you for the next segment. And here we are. We have our guest Kyle entering the chat. My guy, welcome in.
Something.
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, good buddy. You?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Another day, another moment of coffee in the charts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just a quick one before we start.
Yes,
So
sir.
I've got WhatsApp connected to my laptop,
Mhm.
so I'm not gonna be able to.
Just share the link to your from the on your laptop. Go to your WhatsApp.
I haven't got WhatsApp on my laptop, but if you
Okay.
can send me that link to
Uh-huh.
my Discord name,
Oh yeah, 100%. Let me
and
send it.
then I can access it that way.
Gotcha. Sending it to you now, brother. Let's go to take it.
Uh,
On the Discord. What's the
Ellis K.
okay. I'm trying to see if I have you there.
Let me.
Is it LSKPI?
No, no. Just Ellis K.
Okay, fine. See if you see mine, the suited trader.
Hold on, let me go to this.
In the meantime, guys, I'm gonna also share my screen for now so you can
Lessons.
see a little bit of what's happening on the chat.
I'm gonna send you a message now.
All right. Yep, gotcha. Dropping the link to you, brother.
Right, I'm gonna click off this and then click on that.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. We'll see you on
Yeah.
the other.
All right, man.
Sorry, guys, just a little bit of technical difficulties, but we will begin shortly. All right, so let's go ahead and I can share my screen to you all for now, just so that you can get a look of the chart so far. Let me give you a view of my charts. What's the share button? Go share. Let's get you guys in tune with what's going on. Again, just a few more moments. We wait for Kyle to jump into the chart. Right now, Euro USD is what I'm currently trading. I'm paying attention to what's happening in the market right now. This morning, I had a nice trade in London that did not fully play out simply because of volume. The market did begin to slow down towards the end of the session. So I got into the trade roughly around, I want to say like 527. Usually that's my cutoff time, but the move was very clear for me. So I entered the trade and price kind of got me to about this zone. I wanted to at least take partial credit, part profit here, but I wasn't able to. So price did come back up here, but I was already out of the trade. I took profit early, but we'll see. We'll see how things looking. All right, let's check in on our guests, see if everything is good. Maybe there's a little bit of difficulty just trying to sort it. Trying to call from the phone and also the computer. All right. So yes, back to the charts. Let me give you some more insight. In a few, I'm gonna go and get me some more coffee. Um, but I'm feeling good today. It's been a good day. One thing I want to ask you guys as well. Um, let's see. I want to, what's there you go, my guy. Is this you're on the laptop, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, it looks clear. I see.
Let me try and drag this.
Okay, okay. It must be the new iPad, huh? The one that follows you around or the new MacBook?
I'm trying to drag this. Click out this one, this one, this one. I was trying to drag drag this screen.
Mhm. No worries. So soon as you're ready to share, I'm just gonna share my screen, give you host, make you host, and you'll be able to share your screen straight from your laptop. But so far, what's catching your eyes today? What are you looking at on the market? Let's see if we could talk to the people. What pairs are you paying attention to, or what do you
For
see?
me,
Yeah.
so Euro USD.
Okay. So yeah, I'm on Euro as well.
Uh, so I got it tapped into a demand just before 2 o'clock. I took my red line off just because it was messing up my eyes.
Yeah.
Um,
You care to show? I'll make you host now. That way you can share your screen as we talk on it.
the
I've just made you host, so you should be able to click the share button on your side.
so let me go. Oh, that one there, yeah.
Yeah.
And then just prick share.
Yeah.
It says open this, open that. It's saying screen and system audio recording.
Right.
It's taking me through to some like sort of security.
Yeah, it's probably gonna ask you a few questions of what you want to share. If you want to share the entire screen, or if you want to share just the screen of the chart. Usually, once you click share on the Zoom, once I've made you host, it should see a green arrow that says share um, from the from the Zoom tab.
Let me go. No. Mm, mm.
Do you see the Zoom icon at the bottom of the computer, the ZM?
No, I clicked that. Oh yeah, wait.
Yeah, if you click on the Z,
Would like to record this computer screen and audio. Yeah,
well,
and
it's being recorded on this end, I believe.
yeah, it says grant access to this application in privacy and security settings located in system settings, open system settings, and now, okay. So if I click that, it's saying type your password.
So we're getting a consolidation so far right now with EU is trapping the.
Zoom may not be able to record. the contents of your screen until it
Oh,
is.
did you click record or did you click share?
No, no, it says you can choose to quit Zoom now or do it in your own later. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna press later
Yeah, yeah.
and then go back, I guess.
Let's, do you have your phone with you?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try and share it again now.
There you go. Yep, yep. I can see now. I see your screen. So yeah, go ahead to your chart. We should be able to see it.
Right. Okay. So obviously, I'm looking for a continuation trade.
Okay.
It tapped this demand here, started to push up
Is it the one in the within the trend line?
just above the trend line. I think we had that one marked out as well.
I can't see your chart, so I think right now the one you chose to share was your desktop. So
Okay.
you might have
Okay.
to click the share again, and if you select the because all it's showing me right now is the screen that has your Discord up. Or maybe
Yep.
minimize the Discord and then see if you can launch the chart from that screen you're on.
Uh, you are sharing. Let me think about this. Oh,
Go to yeah, go.
trying to get.
I think it's coming along. You just clicked on. Okay, so that's what it is. It's probably on the Zoom. So you see the Zoom at the bottom where it says Zoom.
Yeah.
Go to click onto that, and at the bottom right, yep, click the Zoom, and I'm sure it's showing up on your screen. I can't see it now, but go to where it says Share, and click on
Yeah.
Share again on the Zoom, and then now it should ask you to select.
Okay. Desktop.
Yeah, there you go. Select whether it's the desktop or select the page that has your chart. Yeah, now we can see your chart. You're good, brother.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, looking for a continuation trade. Let me put my 2 p.m. line back.
When you say continuation, are you referring to a continuation of the
From
bearish line?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yes, because I noticed it was that medium inducement that happened in London wasn't a true medium inducement since price did return and kept the seller control.
Yeah. So from what I can see, I saw this, equal highs, this sort of level here. I
Yeah.
saw this, this supply that led to this low.
Mhm.
It tapped in 2 p.m. From there, it broke this kind of, well, it wasn't a significant low, but maybe it's a trap. But um,
Mhm.
yeah, I just saw, I just saw it tapped into here, pushed down. Obviously, I can see that it's tapping demand. So I was just forward testing this just to sort of
Would
get
would
some.
you would do you mind zooming in a little bit onto your and closer to your chart? Since it's on the screen share, it does seem a little bit far, but I do see
Oh,
everything you're saying. I was looking at it on my screen as you said it. But yes, I see I'm looking at them now. I do see the triple tops that was induced into that POI that you've mentioned, that order block.
so so basically, I was just look. So ignore this gray box. So in theory, if I was going to take it, it would have been from once it induced these highs,
Yes.
tapped into this supply, this high that led to this low, um, you know, stop loss above the high. But then I can see it tap this demand, start to push up, respecting these demands, inducing this level here, tapping into this demand, but it didn't really lead to anything.
Would
Um,
would you say that it's right now, seeing what price is doing on the 1 minute time frame, do you see it as a consolidation as well? On my side, I'm kind of seeing there's a lot of inducements that's happening, but it's staying within the consolidation range. But the inducements are pushing upwards as if price is trying to go to the supply that's above where you've
yeah, yeah.
entered. Like that's extreme, I would say, because the
This one
original,
here.
yeah, correct. What do you think? What are you seeing on your side? What's going through your mind right now for the
From so ideally from this high to this low, you'd
yeah.
want to see it pull back, whether we get some sort of sell confirmation,
Okay.
around this area. Um, but yeah, from my experience, look when I'm looking for sales,
Hmm.
uh, it can just happen. It like
Yeah.
it can just happen from this area here. Um, and obviously at 2 p.m. we've induced these equal highs tapped into the supply.
Yep. I see.
You never know. It could happen from now, but it doesn't. It is consolidating. Um,
Right. It hasn't really been so too clear so far this morning for New York. Um,
yeah, I had.
the overall picture though, what do you see like from a high time frame? Do you because when I was looking at the market from yesterday, I felt like we could possibly still be bullish because we do have on the 4 hour, for example, we still have a week supply ahead of us. And we have a liquidity high with a couple medium inducements that's left in that high time frame supply. But it looks like when price did that major inducement from Friday, we failed to break the high of the previous swing high. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we failed here and we've started to push back down again.
Yeah. So what are you seeing from there for like the high time frame? What do you think where you think we may end up going for this week?
So I would be. So this is the four.
Yeah.
I don't really trade EU that much. I always
Okay. Okay.
GU. Started trying to look at EU again, and obviously from a daily perspective,
Yeah.
we've mitigated this daily supply, this high that led to this low.
Yes.
Let me just try and because yeah. So obviously we're pushing up. And then obviously if I look over here, you've got this extreme supply here.
Yeah.
And then obviously you had this supply that led to like basically down. So once we mitigated this area,
Hmm.
and then I saw it sort of push down, failed to make a higher high, push down again, it looks like sellers have now taken control. But it's mitigated this demand that caused this
Right. That
break.
decision. Yep. Yep.
So, and then obviously we've sort of carried on being bullish. So now we've mitigated the daily this daily supply.
Hmm.
Um, and then when you go on a lower time frame, you can see how we've broke down again.
Yeah.
So, and it's you can see, you can say this is what phase one, phase two,
Let me
and
check
then
it right now. Just
so it might like obviously I can't I can't look into the future and stuff, and I'm not experienced enough to say that the daily supply is that daily supply is valid. Now we broke down again, and we're going to keep breaking down. So it's just let me go back onto the
I mean, I definitely think from seeing some of the trades you've caught, brother, I definitely felt I think you are a very experienced man. You see
no.
the charts, you see the chart in very intricate ways. You see a lot of the same trades that a lot of the guys who are catching trades are seeing. So I would definitely agree that you have good eyes for the chart. But just a little bit on you though, like how has the market been? How has GU, for example? I know you say you focus a lot on GU. We all been through those little rough patches where the market has been, beat our butts a little bit, but then we bounce back. I know you've had a
Yeah,
few things like you said, but then you've bounced back. So how's it been for you so far?
pretty rough, I would say, since the buy.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, few issues here and there. Psychologically.
yeah,
Um, Technically, I struggle sometimes with the technical analysis, and I was watching one of the videos from today, not from today, but one of the videos that I was watching today, where Urimi was saying that you shouldn't be failing on technical analysis. It should be
yeah.
the psychology part. So I guess I just need to sort of go over the technical side of things a bit more. Um, Sometimes I can get a bit confused, because
I see.
I think it's on GU. Or EU say you could be expecting it to sort of keep pushing up to the extreme supply.
Yeah.
So you just you keep buying, and then you see the sellers coming in, and you end up being on the wrong side of the market, and then you're like, okay, let's go back to being sales again. Um, so yeah, sometimes you can get caught out in your analysis and being married to your analysis.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I agree. It does happen often than most times, when it's may have that one tweak, or maybe it's after news kind of shuffle everything up, and then now kind of the analysis off a bit. So I can definitely agree with that.
yeah.
Uh, so for now, I mean, I'm on the same page as you, just kind of waiting for my setup, probably at this supply zone. It's sort of kind of what I'm waiting for to see.
So you wait. So you're just waiting for it to come up a little bit higher.
Yes, so I'm waiting to see if we can return to that zone. When I did the fib tool, it
Yeah,
roughly within the discount area of the 0.786, as well as the 6.618, that 6.18 zone. So that would be a good premium place for price to come. Perhaps give me a lower time frame model. We've built a little bit of trend line to the downside. So
yeah.
I agree with you. I do have the same bias. I am looking for a continuation of the bearish trend.
Yeah.
I just want to see it continue from this discount range. First, actually, let me try to share my screen, and you can get an idea of what I'm referring to. Let me see if it will share. Do you see where it says stop sharing for a bit?
Yeah, yeah.
Click that for a second. Let me see if it will show my screen so I can show you what I. All right, here we go. So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
this is what I'm looking at right here. So I have we are in this consolidation range. So what I'm seeing so far is, price had this low, this high, swept this build up, same that you saw these triple tops. Then we had we let another low that led to a high, but did not break this high, led to a low within that zone, which pretty much just came and induced. So technically what we did, instead of, let me just be specific. So what price did, from what I see, is though we mitigated this high, this structure right here,
Hmm.
this was I'll call this okay, I won't say a weak supply, I'll just be a supply. Then price, from this inducement, price created another zone, which is right here, which was technically a smart money trap because it didn't lead anywhere. So this smart money trap failed to break this low here. So when we came back and from this inducement of these lows, price pushed through and broke structure above this smart money trap here. Then we pushed down to retest. Since we broke structure, we came back, retest, and now we're pushing up some more to break the
Yeah.
second structure to continue that until we reach here is what I'm anticipating. So something like, what's my path tool? Something like this, as we see is happening from here, low. Well, it was this high, this low, high, and we're just continuing to break. So I'm anticipating somewhat of these types of movement to continue, perhaps until we get here. Maybe we can get some sort of a lower time frame model to where we could sell down. Because earlier this morning during London, this was the trade that I took. One of the segment we had last Zoom call with Yerimi, he taught about the three candle pattern.
Yeah.
Were you on that call?
No, no, I wasn't on that call.
Hey, yes, definitely check out that last call we had. We on the three candle pattern is where we learn this right here. As you can see, it's more clear on the 5 minute. I won't dive too much into it of the lesson he gave us, but just to kind of get an idea, it's that we should expect some sort of a reaction from that type of a zone, which is what I got. On a 1 minute, I saw price did this series of buildup. Once we reached into the three candle pattern zone, we had this channel. Price took the low, which was an equal low, then it went to swept the high as an inducement. This inducement low didn't break this high, it just swept it, then it pushed down and gave us a BOS while taking the smart money trap. We've already had the sellers in control since Asia. Since Asia, we've had seller control, inducement, all seller inducements. So I was aware that sellers were in control. But right here is where it was a pause because potentially buyers might have been taking control because we've reached our medium inducement in London. But I wanted to know if this was confirmed by seeing price at least come and break this high. But being that price reached this three candle pattern and began showing me seller control again, where the sellers were breaking structures, meanwhile the buyer inducements were not. So I understood that sellers still were in control. Another second inducement, push down, break this structure. So I entered the sell from this area here because we've had this internal chalk, which was the
Yeah.
change factor here, and this was the breakup structure. Price came down, and when it pushed up here, it entered me in a trade. This final inducement, and then pushed me down all the way to here. I was floating about 13, almost 1500, and then price began to reverse. Once it started consolidating around here, I exited out around this side of the trend line. Because it was already closing up outside of my kill zone, I usually exit the trade at 5, but we were close to 6 at that point. So I just got trade. But my bias is still for us to come all the way down to this Asia low, this previous day low. That's in
Yeah.
Asia. Let me go to a higher time frame. 15 minutes, I saw it more clear. For us to come to this range here. Because as you see, we don't have anything of significance within this area. Yes, we may have this low that led to this high that broke structure, but this would be like a weak demand. I don't see price reacting from here and having such a large significance. And when I use my fib tool to see where we're coming from here to the high, we've already had we haven't reached the discount.
Discount, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't reached this discount range. So I'm expecting price to at least get here. So when this medium inducement happened, it was at a 50% Asia. I mean, 50% of the fib range. So I figured, I'm not too sure if this will be valid. If it is, price will just end up breaking this high. That's what it'll confirm for me. And during New York, I would continue to buy. But being
Yeah,
that
yeah.
price didn't, and as we could see, we broke structure to the downside and retracing to this zone, I think we can potentially get a sell that would continue this narrative I had in London to come down to this overall range. Probably not, since the discount is within this area. So maybe it might be the next structural zone, which is the one that I've just classified as a weak demand. So maybe it'll be this one here that price can come and give me a reaction from. So I'll say maybe here's where I'll probably look to TP if we do find a sell entry within this session. So I'll probably look to TP around this area since it's in the discount. So that's where I would say my image of this if this plays out, like we're closing up to the supply right now. So I want to see that mitigation happen, and I want to see price do some maybe deep mitigation, just so I could get a clear. Because we look as we see right now, we haven't taken the low of the consolidation range. We have this built up of trend line right here for us to. We have this smart money trap right here to take as well. This zone underneath this demand. Well, this is the demand we're gonna TP at, but this one right here, sweep this and take it out as a smart money trap. What else is under here? And just come some more levels of trend lines within here. So I see where we could take this and this zone here to give us validity of, okay, is this a valid demand? We could see right here, we had what? We had a build up that led to an inducement. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Sorry about that. I'm gonna zoom in right now. So we've had this build up right here of these highs and lows that was induced right here. So, and this inducement pushed out and broke structure. So this inducement pushed all the way out and broke this structure. So that confirmed that this zone right here had some significance, right? So that's what we're kind of waiting for, price perhaps to come to this zone and get some sort of a reaction from it. So that's why I would look to TP. Look what price did so far. We're going deep mitigation into the supply. Now, it could even induce it to take liquidities above and then push down. Or it can literally just come 80, 50% or more and then give us our lower time frame model. So that's sort of kind of what I'm waiting for. As long as it happens before my kill zone around 11 or 12, depending on if price looks like it's just going to consolidate for the rest of the day, I may take that type of a trade.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you thinking?
Let me go back.
Yeah, no worries, man. In
Two
the mean,
seconds. So, so I remember. So, I watched the video that I was watching today. He was
yeah,
saying about if you get a medium inducement, but then you don't get like the reversal.
yeah,
I'm sure it was then look for the reversal in the New York session. Do you remember that
correct.
lesson?
Yes, which would be the next. We would have to reach another medium inducement within New York session.
Yeah. So saying that, we would look, we could say that you could see that buyers start to take control
Yeah,
to take out, the early sellers.
correct.
And then where's the next
The next
medium?
medium inducement would be to the downside, I would say, because it's the structure that we're currently at will be this one here. It was a Friday low. That's the one that we've already mitigated right around here. And we're pushing off from it. But price didn't induce it, it just mitigated. So perhaps it may give us, it may not, it may not qualify as a medium inducement yet because we haven't broken the structure of that demand. But
Right.
right now we've just tapped into this level of the order of the supply about right
Yeah, we
here.
just
So we still have some more room to see price move around into. But we got the high of the range to the low of the range. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get a two-leg protocol. Maybe price is gonna do some setups here and give us an entry model. We didn't enter aggressive. It was about let me see how big was the zone. I wanted to wait for confirmation. I didn't take a aggressive entry as this is a 7.6 pip stop loss. Typically, I like it to be 7 or less, but even then, I'm still hesitant on aggressive entries unless it's like under 5 pips. If it's like less than 5 pips, I might entertain a aggressive entry. But in this case here, I want to see price create some sort of maybe a two-leg protocol or create, some sort of a supply outside of this supply. After this mitigation, give me a supply on the outside of it to where I can say, okay, I'll take the sell from that second supply that's created. But we'll see. We still have some more time. But on another thing, bro, what is like what's some memorable trades that you could think of, man? What are some like when you think back about when you from this journey when you began, what are some memorable trades you could think of? Try to
so I was on a funded account
Yeah.
and there's a few memories, but I caught two 1 to 10s
Ooh.
one day. I screenshotted them and I sent Urimi a DM on Instagram because I was so gassed, and he was like, "My guy, like, just boosted my confidence, because I
Nice.
thought, and that was quite an achievement at the time.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I've not managed to beat that, since.
Take some time.
Yeah, I've not managed to sort of get back to that sort of that level of confidence. Um, yeah, it's just been a lot of losses, man. A lot of
Hey, you live the moment though. That's the best part. You get to think about it and reflect, and you'll do it again. If you One thing I always say, once you break a level, it's just like market structure, right? Once you've
yeah,
broken a level and you have to retrace a little bit, you're gonna come back and break that level once again. You just have a slight retracement right now to build more understanding, more market analysis, and more structure to where you come back. Yeah, you're gonna do more than
like
one.
having a complex pullback, or like
Yeah,
if
exactly,
deep retracement back down to like where I started. Uh,
exactly.
would you have say like if you look at this supply zone, yeah,
Yeah,
it's you say you market from, because some people market from you know all different, but if you market from say the last buy candle before the sell, yeah, it's a tiny little candle. It's literally just missed it and then had a huge reaction. Would you say that you could have sort of taken an aggressive entry Um,
Which one are you referring to?
so like you see how you've marked that zone there from that
This,
wick up to the
yes.
top. Yeah, like that. Yeah. So
Would I
would
enter from here?
yeah, would you have taken aggressive entry from there?
If it was the only zone, yes. If it was by itself, 1.9, yeah. But it's still a small stop loss. So it's I would have probably taken the entire thing like this, which would have probably be around 5 pips. Yeah, 4.1. So I would probably take it more so like this. But um being that we have this overall range up here that did not get these wicks that did not get induced, this equal high right here, this relatively equal high that's here. I would have been a little bit cautious.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. You want to see something get juice first.
yeah, I would want to see that potentially get induced because I mean, granted, we're seeing price working out the way it would have been if we would have taken it aggressive, but at the same time, we don't know until we see it. You know what I mean? Price could have easily show this aggressive move down and then come back up and then induce the equal high and then finally give us our lower time frame model to sell off. You know what I mean?
Where's
So,
your equal high? Because mine looks a bit.
oh yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
let
I
me
see.
zoom. Yeah, it's from the two. Yep, there you go, right here. You see it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, these right here. So that's why I would probably not take it aggressive. And that's why I usually like to mark the entire structure for price to give me the lower time frame model in the zone within the zone. And I mean, even here, we got another equal high from the two taps that just happened here. So there's a lot of pullbacks happening between the buyers and the sellers right now.
yeah,
Um, so it's still not a clear sign of where we're going. Granted, we know we're in a discount, I mean, a premium area where price should be able to sell off from, but we may not know how it's going to happen. It might create a few more liquidities as it might build up more liquidity as this move is happening. I mean, look what we're having right now. We're building up another trend line.
yeah,
So a lot of liquidity is being built. So that's why I like to wait for the liquidity to be built so that I can then come to sweep. Because look, being that this liquidity got built, what else got built? Smart money trap right here is built. Why? Because people who are trading structure, they're gonna see low, high, break of structure, break of structure. They're gonna see all these breaks of structure, broke of structure. They're gonna say, okay, this right here is a perfect place to buy up. Why? Because they feel like they're coming from this demand. They say, oh, we've mitigated demand. We've taken the imbalance. So this should be enough to push up, go back upwards, and be in a buy position now. That would be true if we had a valid medium inducement during New York, but we haven't had any medium inducement. So right now, the sellers are setting up the buyers to believe that we're in a buy move, but really look at all the liquidity is building. Smart money trap, trend line, break and retest, which is right here. We broke the structure, we retest it right now. We staying on the retest area. So all of this is happening, and then we might come back, take these equal highs up to just continue confirm the narrative for them. Maybe we type this smart money trap, maybe we don't. Now, if we come back and we mitigate this smart money trap and we get a lower time frame model, perhaps I can say, okay, we can sell through this. But I don't see how I think price might induce but we'll see. Rather than project what I expect price to do, I much rather watch what I believe is going to happen in this case. This inducement right here could be the catalyst that price used to push it up to come sweep these equal highs as well. So when there's so many roadmaps like this, but I understand who's in control, I'm just gonna wait for the building of the liquidity to finish so that way I can jump on board with whoever's in control to take that sell off. In this case, the sellers are in control because that medium inducement we saw earlier was not a true medium inducement because price did come back and close a full body underneath it. So yeah, we should like you said, we should be. I'm still with you on that continuation of the sellers movement.
yeah.
Um, so for you, I know everyone has like different entry model, different execution style. What's your like execution style? Do you like limits? Do you like to do a market execution? How do
Yeah,
you like
market.
to trade?
Yeah, definitely market execution. Recently, I've been seeing a lot of, um, the candle before the impulse entries.
Hmm.
Like the other day, I was just, yeah, like I saw maybe two or three in that session where I could have caught multiple entries.
Hmm.
Uh, the unintentional movement entry model, I look out for it,
Hmm.
but it's not very often. Like I see it on the screen. I'm like, okay, unintentional movement, liquidity sweep. But sometimes when Urimi's showing us examples,
Yeah.
it's like it's like liquidity sweep, and then it goes the opposite way to what you expect. And yeah, sometimes it can be a bit confusing. Also, with the medium inducements, when we did the revision camper, was you on that?
Yes.
So from what I took from that was the medium inducement is like, the structural high on the 15-minute time frame. But now it's kind of changed to if it sweeps previous days high or low.
So
But
I understand what you mean. So the 15-minute is that medium inducement, correct? So you go in a 15-minute time frame, you catch an inducement of a structural high or low. That is a medium inducement as well. You also have a medium inducement of the structures because sometimes you may have a previous day structure that gets induced that could also qualify as a medium inducement. But even then, I still look for like more of a 15-minute structure, not just like a 1 minute structure or a 5 minute. I look for like a 15-minute structure so I can still keep it still within the same confluences of on a 15-minute high or low. And then anything above that, like the 1 hour and above, that's more of like our major inducements, 4 hour, 1 hour
yeah,
daily. So yes, you're 100% correct. The medium inducement is the, well, as you understood it, it is the 15-minute time frame. So yeah, I agree with you on that. Let's see. Give me 1 second. So what I'm gonna do is grab a little bit coffee into my cup. Could
yeah,
keep it.
yeah.
Let me go ahead and you should be able to click on your screen, click share. That way you can, show some of your charting if you're still doing any marking and if you're positioning for any trade. I'll click stop sharing on my end, so it should allow you to click share. Be right back, get some coffee.
Whoa.
So I'll be honest, I'm not a big coffee drinker, guys, but I recently started getting a little bit into the coffee since I've been waking up early for 2 a.m. because I am in the States. Right now I'm currently in Canada. But I have been waking up early for these London sessions. So when I get up for the New York session, I find myself a bit sluggish a lot. So that's when I started a little bit of the coffee. But I did notice you were taking a sip of that. What is that you were drinking? Was that some energy drink or is that some pre-workout? Talk
That's
to me.
a sugar-free 7 Up.
Okay.
Yeah. What coffee did you drink?
This is black coffee. I don't know too much about coffee, so I just
Okay.
have a coffee machine. I just make a little coffee and then get to
If you
sipping.
ever come across Kenko
Mhm.
Smooth, Kenko Smooth, that's like one of the nicest coffees that I've tried.
Nice.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah.
go smooth. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind for sure. So as you see, price is currently reacting right now from a impulse candle, from after it mitigated that supply and push down. Although it didn't break any structure yet for me to be interested in any sales, it looked like it did get a reaction from an impulse candle. While it's
This
edit.
impulse.
Yeah, you see that? Yep, that impulse candle right there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Price just hit that for some reason, but it looks like it gave it a nice reaction to sweep the rest of that trend line.
Would you not could like with the two leg?
Mhm.
I get a bit, you know, confused. But would you say like that's not really, let me
That if this is a two leg right here,
it's not letting me click off it. Hold on. No, it's not.
that's probably the mag. Oh yeah, you gotta click in. Yeah, there you go.
Uh, Now let me delete this. So no, so you can see how it's pushed down once,
Yep.
pulled back, mitigated the candle before the impulse, pushed down again,
Hmm.
and then would you could sort of say like that.
So you basically is would that be like a two leg side sort of?
Yeah,
Um, no, not I wouldn't classify it as a true two leg protocol. I mean, I see the mitigation of the supplies is the first leg, and we push down. I would continue. I would put that one push down all together with
yeah.
the first inducement, right? Where you have the red line marked. I would say the first line. Yeah, I would say that one is the down of the first leg. The retracement that mitigated the impulse candle, I would say is the start of the second leg and push down. And normally if I'm to get into the trade, I would enter from the third leg. But being the way that price has it right now, the entry of the third leg would be from what it's a huge imbalance, so it would be tough to enter from there. But it would be from that 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 supply, and I would have to cover literally a huge zone. I mean, the zone is so huge to cover right now. I don't even know if I would want to take that type of a trade simply because those equal highs above, those two equal highs above, price can still come and induce this demand into the impulse candle, like induce the high of the impulse candle. Because right now this was an inducement of a trend line, which means the buyers are controlling this part of the move. So if the buyers are controlling this part of the move, it can still come up and induce me out of this impulse candle zone if I try to take a buy from that OB. As you see right now, it's inside of the order block, but we don't know if it's gonna react from it to the downside or if it's gonna continue through it and take the early sellers from that zone to come back into the overall POI where we were waiting for.
So
As you see just now, you see, boom, it induced that
it's infused that
and
still
back into
tapped
the
into
impulse.
this.
Yeah, back into the impulse candle. So if you want to mark it that way, you can see it as well on that side. Is it's reacting from it, but the thing is, I can't have a clear decision
But
until
with if you look at the context of this whole like analysis, the trade that we're trying to carry out,
yeah,
you can see the trend line, you can see equal lows. We've got this up here, it's mitigated, push down, impulse candle. We already know that well, we don't know, but we're anticipating sells.
correct.
So now Urimi would say we've only got one. You'd have this zone here.
Yeah, we've got that zone, but for me
Not really
to
an
trust
extreme,
that
is there?
zone, for us to trust this zone right here that price is currently at, see how it's keep playing around, it could push up and take it all out. But the reason is because there's more liquidity ahead. There's more liquidity above where the two equal highs still hasn't been induced. So because of that, it's usually best to wait for price to give the confirmation. Now, if price reacts from this impulse candle, comes down and takes out the smart money trap, which will then confirm the two leg, it will be a break of structure. Then I can wait for that pullback before it takes the entire trend line to the downside. Then I could wait for that pullback to say, okay, now I've got a clear entry position. Price have broken structure, gave me all the confirmation that I need. I'm within my time base. I've gotten a demand or a supply. I mean, I got my break of structure, change of character. clear as day for me to take that sell, and I have my TP zone. I already know where I'm trying to take profit at. So at that moment, it'll be all my confluences together. But for right now, price is giving me one confluence, but not all three or all six of my confluences. One is not enough for now, which is
Yeah.
the one is only that we've changed. We've done a chop, which is the middle of that zone we saw from the two leg. We finally
Yeah,
broke
yeah.
the structure, which was the middle leg.
So that's a 4.5 pip stop loss if you take it from the candle prior to the impulse and then targeting this Asia low here. Still a nice 7.6.
Well, yes, unless price comes up and takes both of those highs away because there's an equal high above both of them. There's an equal high above the original mitigation supply.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, those two. Well,
let me delete this quickly and then you can.
there's an equal high to around 407. Oh, I think 507 for you, I believe that is, or 407. Yeah, 407. Those two candles that was printed. I don't know if you see it to the right side. It's where the
Yeah.
mitigation of that. Yeah.
Well, as in there, this one here.
No, no, not there. Go to your right. Oh, do you right? You're to your left, right? That structure. Yeah, that's equal highs there. Those two taps are equal high. If you stretch the screen, I don't know if it shows that for you. Do you use Owanda or FXCM?
Awanda.
Okay, same. All right, see how now price is pushing down. Now, if we can get a break of structure out of this, we break the structure to the downside and price closes a body, then on the retracement, we can get into a buy. Now, the retracement might not be all the way up. It might be perhaps a imbalance or an impulse candle, or it might be one of the three candle pattern structure that's left behind that we can enter from. But for now, we've only got a chop. We haven't gotten a BOS yet. Yeah. So what's your risk management like? How do you take 1% on your trades, or how do you normally go about your
Yeah,
risk?
normally I like to just take 1%. Um, if I'm taking it from the decisional, then obviously I'm going to give it two shots. Then obviously I'm going to split the risk. Um, it depends how I'm feeling, to be honest, because when I look back,
Yeah.
like when I'm on a bad when I'm in a bad streak, I tend to be a bit more reckless, and I've done some stupid stuff, like 1%. Like I've made a lot. I've made a certain amount one day, and within the same day, like because I've made so much,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to try and catch that next adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Like a fix. So yeah, then then I've taken like I think I've maxed out
Daily
my
limits.
daily limits.
There you go. There you go. Now we've gotten that mitigation
Even yeah,
that
even on a 200K account,
mhm,
it's like just being reckless and
you've gone extreme.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
mitigation of that.
All right.
Now,
So we're taking out that smart money trap. Let me go ahead and share the screen a little bit. I'm gonna show you something. Hit stop sharing on your side, and I'm gonna
yeah,
share some on my side.
right, that's that.
I got you. So seeing this here, now that price has taken this smart money trap that we had marked, right? Now, if we can get a pullback, it doesn't have to be all the way up here. Just a pullback at least somewhere
Oh,
around here just to induce, or maybe if price comes a little deeper back to this zone here and then gives us some sort of a pullback, we can still capitalize on that trade. Oops, we can still capitalize on that move and catch the continuation of it. But in here, could we have taken that trade? Yes, only because yeah, we mitigated the supply, but being that there was this equal high above us as well as this equal high, it kind of stunt the position. We could have still entered aggressively because of the simple fact that we know we're supposed to be on a continuation to the downside, but the the probabilities was too high of what could happen. So, as we always say, the restricted traders, when you be a restricted, you have more restriction, you can be
Yeah, yeah.
more protective of yourself. So we have this trend line above here that was also prep where price could have induced this equal high and this equal high before actually pushing down. So being that we had so much of that probability, we played it safe. We didn't want to gamble the position. We didn't want to take any crazy risks because same way we got this reaction here, we could have induced at least the first equal high and taken out this two double tops and then push down. So right now, that's what's going through my mind. As you can see, we only taken about 50% of this trend line. We still have the rest left as well as this low. So what's going through my mind is, as we've rejected here, is to see price push back up somewhere around these levels. Maybe it doesn't have to be the premium. It could be somewhere around 50%, like a 50% retracement till about this
Yeah.
area.
I've got the candle. I've got my impulse candle that broke structure. So that could be
This one.
on my 0.5%. And then I've got the extreme. There's my two shots for the New York session.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So yeah, this is the low of that whole bullish candle that was then engulfed. So we could see something around these areas within the 50% range. I would say in the 6.18 price could come in this area. Let me see how big is the zone. Or if price has already left the harbor and does not coming back, then yeah, it might be over for that. But for now, what did we get? We have equal lows as well. Well, no, actually, we've induced this low. We've
Yeah.
induced this low.
But it's still relatively equal lows, no?
Um, Maybe if this one was higher, but the fact that that one went
Oh,
lower
yeah.
than the one to the left, then no, I would say it's a sweep of liquidity, so it'll be like a minor inducement. So this inducement right here
Could
makes
be
me,
the minor
yeah,
move back up.
it makes me curious, this inducement here. It puts me back in a thinking process because let's look at it this way. The last thing we've done is mitigate this weak demand. Though I call it a weak demand, the market still has to confirm to me that it's a weak demand, but this is what happened here. From this demand, we've changed character and broke structure here. We've done the same thing again. We broke structure here. We've tapped this supply and we were able to push down and induce the smart money trap to confirm that this high is stronger than this entire movement. Or was it that we tapped this supply simply to come sweep these here liquidity and push back up higher to continue once again? That's a probability because we still haven't broken this low yet. So price could still be, let me see, the price could
You
still,
don't mind. You don't mind if I eat, do you?
of course, go ahead, brother. Yeah, yeah, of course. So if I had some breakfast right now, I'd eat with you.
Mm,
Yeah, man.
it could. It could push up, but if we haven't had a medium inducement, then we would just look for the continuation, right?
Exactly, 100%. So let's see how big is this probability right here. So if we were to say we take our sell from here, this is a fixed pip stop loss. So this down to here, we're looking at a 1 or 2, 2, 3, 2.3. That's not a good RR to take this trade from. Um,
When Urimi takes it, the candle prior to the impulse, he doesn't put his stop loss above the high, does he?
no, no, no. I was just looking above the high to see if I was to cover the high, what my RR would be. But in this case right here, then yeah, it would be right here. But then I don't want to neglect the fact that this here itself is an order block that's sitting unmitigated. I mean, it was tapped slightly, but price could induce this little wick of it. We can get an inducement right here, a minor inducement of this here to finally push down further. Does price need to do all of that? Not really. I mean, we've already did how much pips I would say we've gone down from here. This was about 14. a 14 pip run. And how much was it to the top side from the opening of New York? Let's say from right here to right here, 14. So we've run about 28, 20, 28, 29 pips for the session. We're all pretty much almost maxed out. So yes, I don't see price to go all the way up here and then all the way down here. So if anything, yeah, we can just get the reaction from here and sell down.
You not think that we've
So I might position for it. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and put a coordinate for it. I want to see that pan out and see what price gives us. This is the part that I like the most is when I get to um play around with the price action, see what we see if it plays out for us, you know. This is the part of the segment I enjoy. All right, put my stop loss. We're gonna put it at 1.16779. And then we'll put our TP at 1.6614. And in this one, I won't do a pending. I'll do a market execution only because I don't expect price to go all the way into the range. You know what I mean? Right now, it's currently near the gap of that range. So it's technically a three candle pattern right now. Let me go to 5 minutes, see something. No, not on a 5 minute, 3 minute, one
would you
minute.
not say that the move is
Happening now.
like already happened? Like if we'd have took it from the impulse candle, um,
The first impulse candle.
yeah, stop loss above just above that wick, say with a 3 pip stop loss,
Mhm.
uh, then you would have got
Referring
your
to
one.
this, referring to this here.
Yeah, so you'd have got your 3R already,
Yeah,
and then
that could have been a move in itself, 100%. Would have been 3R already about right here. Yeah, you would have smashed 3R right about this range. But these are just as worked out, it could have probably been the opposite way because of these equal highs. You know what I mean? Now, does that, yeah, price wasn't really magnetized to a bullish momentum, but the fact that we've tapped into here and price did all this movement, all this consolidation, I know this low needs to be taken, but the fact is I wasn't sure if it was going to happen from here or if it was going to be a mitigation. But right now, as you see, I was going to wait for the entry. Price kind of already left off at the harbor. It did this inducement, bye-bye. So at this rate, if this is a retest of that inducement to push it up higher to come retest, then maybe I'll still take it if it retests this OB here. But if it doesn't, then I think that would be the pass of that window. So if we get a retest this one here.
you know what I've noticed
Thoughts?
Mondays you can all like the last couple of Mondays
Mhm.
always get a nice trade. I would say today, like I don't know if you caught that first initial trade
Uh,
where
this one up
where
here.
London was uh yeah, that one
Yeah,
there. Did you catch that one?
yeah, from the impulse.
Yeah.
This one right here. Yeah, it was a 1 to 6.
Okay.
And then I took another one right here, which was the this one didn't work out. I ended up closing early because price, just kind of died out once it got here. I knew this was gonna fail because it was an imbalance underneath it. This whole
Yeah,
imbalance
yeah. I,
had just
I, I had that to fail because it was just inviting buyers in to then take them out.
right.
Um, but yeah, so I think do you know what I'm a bit aggressive with my stop losses. I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but what what was your like one to did you say you caught a 1 to 3 on the second trade that you took London session?
Second, yeah, the second trade didn't reach 1 to 3. The overall trade would have been 1 to 3, but it reached about like a 1 to 2, well, 1 to 2, 1.9 ish. And then once it returned and started consolidating here, it was after my cutoff time. I usually stop the trade around 5. but I let it kept running through 6. But by the time it was right here and I saw it's just consolidation and we're closing up to 6:30, I just closed the trade and exit because I know the opening of New York session is a liquidity session between 8 and 9. It's liquidity, so I know the price could either come up, sweep, sweep my entry, which it did, as you see through the end of London, swept the entry and then continue down, build this liquidity, which got swept. So I kind of anticipated something like this would happen. So I just exited the trade and I said I'll wait for New York to see what happens. Is it going to be a continuation of, or did that medium inducement, was that medium inducement right here valid? Because this is what was in between me and my trade, this right here. So what I wanted to see was this smart money trap gets taken to confirm that this was not a real medium inducement. But the fact that it didn't get broken yet and prices up here consolidating, I exited the trade and I said I'll wait for the start of New York session when all of this is done to see where we're at. But by the time New York session came, which we already did. We already broke this low to confirm, all right, this is not a real medium inducement. We're still on a downtrend.
So your entry on that second trade seems a lot
This,
like, so I had the inducement like you have,
yeah,
then I have my breaker structure where that SMT where you marked SMT.
right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I have on my screen is trying to find the exact candle. So if you where's your cursor? If you go put your cursor.
Are you what you looking for? You said is it a demand?
So move left, move
Uh-huh.
your cursor left a little bit. Right, stop, go up, stop, left. That you see that go right a tiny bit. The
This
gray
one.
candle. Yeah, the gray
This
candle.
one. This one.
Yeah, that candle there, that's the candle that I marked from the low to the high of the zone.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been the entry that I would have took.
Ah, okay.
And I was forward testing it.
Yep.
That's basically that was it. So back down to that demand would have been your 3.8R or your 3R.
Correct. Yep. You're right. But see, and I agree with you. That would have been a better RR for me to reach it. Granted, I took it from the entire zone because I seen high, low. We broke structure here. As soon as we broke structure, I included the low of this wick and the high of the zone. And that's why I took that in case price came back. But I also was looking to TP all the way down to Asia low. So I figured my 1 3 would be right here after we've taken the imbalance. But I agree with you. This would have been a better RR entry, but I wasn't sure if price was gonna come up and induce this here. I guess what I missed was these equal highs that could have confirmed it for me. That price would come back for these equal highs before it continues all the way through. But I missed that window right there. But yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I would have definitely banked the 1 3 from that range.
So now we've broke that low.
Yeah, we broke the trend line. That's right. Price didn't quite give me a clear re-entry. This would have been the only re-entry from this inducement here, but I wanted to see it come higher into the impulse candle, but price was not interested in coming to the impulse candle. I guess that would have been too obvious for price because it already reacted from one impulse candle. So they would have given it away. So instead, it went away from the impulse candle, and now we are in the meltdown. But the one thing we could see is the overall analysis playing out
Oh,
as
100%.
how we, projected the move would happen, what would happen from this zone. Um, the only difference was the type of entry that I normally position for wasn't as clear. Granted, yes, impulse candle entries are some of the entries that I like to take as well. But the way this one kind of set itself up with the two equal highs above it, as well as this trend line, I didn't expect the zone to be broken, but I did expect some sort of a deeper mitigation or a retest of the zone to kind of give me something to look at. Now we've reached this zone here, even though I call it a weak demand, the fact that it's in discount, I want to see if price is going to do something here. Granted, this could be induced and this could be our medium inducement to reverse this whole thing. So let's see. Right now, we're getting this reaction from it.
You would say that that's so if you got
Higher time frame.
yeah, like I'm on the 15-minute time frame,
I'll go there
uh,
now.
and it's tapped into like a demand
Yep.
within Asia.
Within Asia. Yep.
Yeah. And if I put my sessions on,
Yeah, I have it right here.
it's not a a high or a low, a low of a, it's not induced
So it was
low of,
this low that led to this high that simply broke this structure basically and this structure here. So a reaction
you
from
wouldn't
it.
call that, you wouldn't call that a medium inducement, would you?
Yeah, if it gets induced 100%, I'll say it's a medium inducement because this is on a 15-minute. This is a 15-minute structure. We're on the 15-minute right now. So this is a low, this is a high, this is a low, and this is a low.
Yeah.
And led to
Yeah,
this high that broke this structure of this high that was led by this low that broke this structure. So yeah, this would be a medium inducement if it induces the zone. But right now we're getting a reaction from it. So it could give us a two leg to react to come up and take all of this whole range, this nearby trend line that was just built. This right here, this trend line that just got built. So all of this could become smart money trap for price to come back and induce and take all of these ranges and just continue the bullish trend. Because
yeah,
overall, we're in a bullish market. We've just had this bearish retracement in order to fulfill some liquidity sweeps. But now we can continue back bullish. For example, I'll go to the 15-minute. We can continue back bullish because we've now reached a discount.
discount level.
Yeah, exactly. So from this low to the high, like we first marked, we can see that we've reached the discount in this area. And we did the same thing on this one where we came from this range. We've reached discount, which was from this low to this high. We reached discount right here. So this is discount, push away, came back, discount. Now we can do the same thing. It could just be the same high, low, high to continue up.
But did that low that led to that high, it failed to push higher. So
This
and
one.
then we start to push down again. So if you look at it from the other perspective, is that you have high,
Mhm.
low,
High,
lower, and
right.
now we're making a lower low. Because I remember Yurimi saying,
Mhm.
like, just trade until the next higher low or lower.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's still a probability. High, low, high could potentially make another low and mitigate this one right here to then get the reaction to continue up, as this was the extreme that led to this push, and this area was the decisional that led to that, but we failed the decisional. But I would say we've reached from this low to this high, which was the main push. That's the main push of the market direction. From this low, I mean, to this high. Main push, we've retraced, mitigated the discount, another main push. Though this main push did not break this yet, but this could just be the retracement to tap, give us another main push. That's still probable and likely, only because it's still respecting market structure until price breaks underneath this zone and this zone, then okay, we're out of market structure, but it can still come take out this low and then mitigate this here in the imbalance here or this here demand and then give us the motion up and it still will be respecting market structure. So that's the only thing is market structure being respected when price come from this low, fell to break this high right now, and it comes back to premium and can push up higher and then take the low. That happens all the time. I mean, look, for example, where it happened that we could see it on an internal level where price do it all the time. For example, this high led to this low led to this high, which didn't break this high, but then what did it do? It came down to premium from here and then pushed up and finally broke it.
Yeah.
So that's just the same things that happen on a lower time frame also does happen on a higher time frame. So the same way this high, which failed to break this one, could have came down and said, all right, well, I got to break now this structure here, but it didn't. It just continued up. It just had to retrace a little bit. You know what I mean? So I could see that this main push could be the could now I'm not saying this can't fail. This could still fail and we take Asia low and we mitigate something in here and push up. But we're just gonna have to see what price do. If price comes in and does this zone and as a wick, it doesn't close a full body, then yeah, we're probably in. And then look what we have here. We have a previous day low. Maybe
Yeah.
price is more interested in this previous day low than it is in just a structure of the previous day to classify as the medium inducement. This previous day low is Asia low. So what a perfect combination, right? You got Asia
Mhm.
low as your previous day low, where price can definitely give you a complete reaction using the Asia low liquidity, using the trend line liquidity inside of Asia, right here that we have, using this narrative all together to give you a reversal pattern. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it. You know, we slightly underneath it. So that would, if price breaks this, what I'll be looking for next is there a POI underneath this Asia range? Because most likely after price induces this, maybe there'll be an imbalance, maybe there'll be an OB somewhere in this area that we could probably take the buy up from. But granted, is the end of the session. What time is this? Almost 11. I don't see price to have enough momentum.
It's 11 p.m. your time.
Almost, yeah, yeah, almost 11 a.m., not p.m., a.m.
Oh, a.m. Okay, yeah.
11 a.m. I usually clock my sessions at 11 if I don't catch a trade or if price is like far
Yeah.
from
So
entry
it's five, yeah, it's 5 to 4. So we
yeah,
got like an hour. Um,
left on your session, yeah?
mhm. But like, yeah, for an aggressive entry, we would have like me personally, I would have never taken it from that supply that price reacted off in New York session.
Yeah,
Because you would expect it to be induced. And
right,
it's a bit annoying, really, when you do see it play out and you go, wow, like that's a 10, that's a 10R trade or
right.
but
But
yeah.
you know what I've learned with the market is sometimes it's gonna play out the narratives of different style of traders because it has to give them a reason to enter for next time, for next opportunity. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So the next time they see something like this where two order blocks are connected together like this, it's gonna be a no-brainer. Oh yeah, take the first one. Or they probably won't even put their stop loss as high, or maybe they'll assume that it won't be broken. The price could come through and take the entire area, induce it, and then push down. So that's why for me, I'm not afraid to take a, to get a stop loss, but I don't want to take a stop loss for not following simple rules that I have for myself. Like, don't take a trade in an area of liquidity. You know what I mean? If if there was no liquidity above this area, I would have taken an aggressive entry immediately. What I mean by there's no liquidity, if this zone was created right here, this high was created, and we've pushed away and we haven't came back and retested to push down, at that moment, there's no liquidity above it. It was just a higher high. This zone it was just a high, I mean. But being that this high pushed down, came back, respected the high, and pushed further, there's now liquidity above this entire range right here. There's liquidity all above this range.
Yeah.
Why? Because this high right here pushed down and it was respected here. This high right here pushed down and it was respected here. That's this whole area is liquidity that price is looking at. So because of that is the reason why I would not just take an aggressive entry. It's too risky. Yes, it played out 100%. Whoever caught it, who raised, they did catch a trade. But if I want to be in the game for the long run, I'm not gonna jump on every opportunity just because a few confluences are there. Like, oh, I have a smart money trap. Okay, the low of the trend of the consolidation wasn't taken. Yes, I have a trend line here. So these are three liquidity sweeps that I'm coming for as to if I take this trade. Why would I take this trade? To sweep all of this area for all this liquidity here, to sweep this weak demand. Is price more interested in taking two equal highs and a trend line? Not really the trend line, but the equal highs could be a catalyst for price to have enough seller orders to say, okay, let's push through all the way down here to do what we got to do. Granted, price maybe didn't need to come further to the Asia low, so maybe this was enough for it to just get to this zone. So it didn't need
Yeah.
more orders. But once you start looking at it in a sense of these orders are like fuel for gas to go for price to go further, then you kind of say, okay, I'm gonna wait for it to collect enough fuel. Maybe this is not enough fuel. I mean, we saw it build it though. That's one thing. We saw all the liquidity get built. So it's not like we were just waiting for a zone and then we trying to find why we taking the trade. We knew why we would have taken a trade because we saw like 3, 4 liquidities get built in front of us. Is
Mm.
where we were going to enter from. Price gave us two crazy options: a big 7.6 stop loss if we was to take it at aggressive, or an impulse candle with two equal highs above them that could potentially get induced. So price kind of stunned us, like put us in a position of flip a coin, if you want to say, roll the dice. So that was an interesting situation, man.
It's always the way, man.
Yeah, man. So one last thing I probably want to ask you, man, for those people who probably watched this recording, as you know, we recorded it. I usually upload this on our YouTube channel. So for everyone who's rewatching right now, definitely give us a follow, give us a like, so we can continue having some dope content like this where we will be taking trades on a call. But the question I would ask for you, for those people who are learning how to trade, a lot of people go to YouTube University. A lot of people all around the world, different countries, they can't afford to buy courses. You who've been in the journey have had good experience, have had great experiences, caught big RRs, made payouts, got funded. What would be an advice you would provide to those individuals that are beginning to trade? What would be some of the advice you'll give them?
I would say my advice would be to follow all the steps when it regards of studying, back testing, just writing your notes multiple times, memorizing your notes, have them in front of you visibly, and just not to like I'm an impatient person, so that definitely shows in the market, um, due to all the losses and the blown funded accounts that I've blown. But it takes time to develop these skills. It takes time to develop, like teaching yourself how to be patient, teaching yourself how to have that self-control when you just think, oh, it's only £100. Oh, I'll just take another trade. I'll take another trade. I think when we was in Dubai and we was talking about our experiences, like we're all on the same journey and we've all been through the same stuff at different times. And yeah, you just got to sort of take the advice of more senior people and believe that what they're saying is true, because as a result, even though I've heard so many people say, don't do this, don't do that, make sure you follow your rules and your plans. I've heard them say it a million times, but we still make their mistakes. So yeah, just from me, I would say, what they're saying is true. And if you want to save money, time, just listen. Just follow the rules, follow the plan. And
Absolutely.
yeah, that's the advice I would give. Um, and just stay, persistent. Don't give up. Like there's so many times over the last year and a half I've sat at this desk, looking at my computer, looking at my screen, thinking, I've I've studied, I've watched multiple videos. I'm staring at my screen and I'm like, I don't even know if we're going up, we're going down, left, right, and then I do a bit more studying. And then I move to like the next step, and like it it's hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this journey is hard. But if it was easy, then you know everyone would be doing it. But
Everyone would be doing it. That's right.
yes, it's not easy.
Some really good advice for
Yeah,
sure.
it's definitely testing. It's definitely testing. Yeah,
Solid. No, I definitely agree with you on that. And just
and
to
yeah, I've met.
what's that?
I was going to say, and obviously, being in like the mentorship and, going to Dubai and things like that, like meeting everybody and creating, new friends and like people that you can talk to about trading. Like, any of my friends that are outside of the trading space, I can't talk to them about trading. They don't understand. They haven't got a clue. And where my head is so involved in, like trading and I'm studying in the morning when I'm doing my cardio at the gym and then I'm trading during the day and revising in the night and stuff like that. Like you just want to talk to somebody and that shares the same passion.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's probably another bit of advice is to maybe try and find somebody. They don't like I would say, you know you can either start trading with a friend or if you meet somebody who's a trader or whatever. Like
yeah,
it's just good to sort of talk and yeah, it just
absolutely.
sort of releases that.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
One another thing too is even when it comes to trading, that's another reason why I started this segment of the coffee and charts to where you have someone to trade with, someone where you both of your eyes are on the market. Now, granted, imagine if while we're both was analyzing this market, we're having similar bias, we're seeing the things that we both understand, we trade similar style, and the opportunity showed up to us with our confluences, and we were able to catch that trade and hit this RR. That's the power of trading with somebody who understands the market as well. You can talk to, bounce ideas with, and they're giving you clear direction. Maybe you might have taken that, you might have not taken that early entry from that first supply if we were already on the charts together. Why? Because I would have been saying, oh, maybe not take it because that high that you're looking at right here, it's within a trend line. Those usually fail. Don't take it. It is also a buildup that's going to get swept, or maybe price is building this liquidity, this build up right here. So avoid that zone. So when you have someone you're trading with that you can bounce ideas with, etc., that aids your knowledge as well. It helps you avoid certain stop losses and it helps you be more precise with what you're doing. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah, yeah.
I definitely agree with you on that, especially with the mentorship. For those of you who don't know, Kyle and I, we were on a trip to Dubai with Yerimi, and we spent almost like a week out there in a villa. We were trading, we were locked in. We experienced Dubai at the highest level. We had an amazing time, went to all types of restaurants, did bike riding. It was a time of our lives, man. And that was due to the mentorship that we were a part of, and it's helped us a lot in the growth. We did take a little reach a complex pullback in our understanding of the market after we came back, but that's normal because we gained so much knowledge at once in a span of a week that in order for us to digest the knowledge, it takes some time. The mind needs a little bit of time. So when you guys are studying and you're having a hard time and things are not clicking yet, just continue to show up. Give yourself a
Mm.
chance, give yourself some time. It will click. Just make sure you show up every day. You study, as you heard Kyle said, even when he's in the gym, he's studying, he's doing his runs, he's studying, he's either listening to the course or he's watching the videos, he's reviewing the content. Because your mind is only going to get sharper the more it keeps seeing it. It's going to build a bridge of knowledge and it's just going to keep seeing the information and it's just going to start making sense of it as you show up to the chart every day. Um, so yeah, so that's pretty much that for the call, guys. As you can see, the price is retracing up. It's already 11. It's usually when I cut off my trading time. I don't really take trades after 11 unless it's at a really good place. Right now, with what price is doing, the only thing I could see is a potential break of structure up here. But for that to happen and price to come down and retest and then push up further, it's very unlikely after we've already maxed out the pip range for today. We've already gone over 40 to 45 pips for this session alone. Right here is about 24, and we've already did this one this morning was another 14. So we're well over 40 pips, I would say. So I don't expect price to push all the way back up to continue to bullish today. Tomorrow, maybe we'll catch a better trade and we'll see. So just to summarize our call, our amazing guest Kyle joined us in, gave us some of his gems, showed us how he understood the chart, gave you guys some gems about the perspective and how to understand the market and what to do to grow. We weren't able to catch a trade, but we were able to predict the direction of the market correctly. We just wasn't able to get into the move because price kind of left us and we were put in a position where it was a 50-50 flip of taking this trade from this impulse candle or waiting for the inducement of these equal highs before we jumped in. And as you saw, price already melted from there. We identified our liquidity zones that we were going to take that trade from. We've got our confluence list. And yeah, any last minute words you want to give the audience and the guys for the replay, Kyle?
Not that I can think of, bro. Not that I can think of, man. But yeah, just credit to you, man, and your breakdown and everything that you're doing as well, bro. I think we all appreciate it. Yeah, definitely, man.
Of course, my pleasure, man. I appreciate you joining the call with me again today, brother. This should be up pretty soon, if not today, by tomorrow. And if you ever want to rewatch this and rewatch the videos, feel free to watch it, share it, however you like. And hopefully we can have you again next time, man, in the future.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely.
All right, brother. Take care, man. We'll talk soon.
Take care, bro.
All right. Thank you, man. Later.